My girlfriend is insisting that I grow my hair out now.
Ooh.
She said, "Oh my God, it is sex." That was
Mm.
her description
I
of
thought you were talking to your mom on the phone.
this situation. Yeah, that wasn't when I was talking to my mother on the phone. So our next map is going to be Cash between Virtus.pro and Fnatic. That will be the home map for Virtus.pro. I don't know what to expect from Cash between these two teams. I honestly don't know what to expect. I think
usually like the ban map for a lot of teams is Cash.
Yeah, it's not as popular as it used to be. It is being banned a lot. It's still funny for me to see Guardian playing Cash. Because obviously it's the auto ban for Na'Vi for the longest time. So.
Yeah, they banned that a lot too. And I mean, with the new rosters for both these teams, I mean, you can't look at their past demos and be like, oh, this is what they're going to do, because new players, new strategies, new flavor, new spicing. You know, you got to throw a little bit on there.
Yeah, Virtus.pro no strangers to Cash. When we spoke about the Hero AWP, which we saw yesterday on a different map, but it was Cash where I first saw them do that. So it's cool to see. I think it's cool that we still have Pasha on the team. For things like that, I think he brings a unique, a unique style and flavor to the team. But obviously, I think Snatchy will be of more importance with the AWP, especially on the CT side for Virtus.pro. I expect if they get the opportunity to pick up a second one from the T side, then they'll do that. But I don't really know who to... I mean, for me, this one is 50-50. I don't know if you have an opinion.
I mean, Cash, you know, sometimes it depends on how well your CT side is, because it sometimes can be a very T-sided map. And by looking on Mirage's last map, both teams kind of struggle on their CT side. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, we see another heavy T-side map from both teams. And I'm really interested in looking at Michu, because on Mirage, he was kind of like sneaking around a lot. You know, he's just sneaking around. He's up by catwalk. Well, his whole team's fighting somewhere in A or something, and he's got a lot of kills by just sneaking. So
yeah,
it's a little harder on a map like Cash, but he could probably do it in checkers rooms or middle or whatnot. So I'm interested to see if they will bring kind of like the same play style as they did on Mirage.
I'm really interested to see the new Cash when it's finished by FM Pone, but also if he'll be like automatically adopted. I don't know if it was deliberate or not, like a teaser of the entire map from a bird's eye view, kind of orange box. So it's always hard to kind of quite understand what's going on when you see an orange box map compared to when it's skinned. I find at least. But he put another teaser of, I think, the A sites, where the APC is out of the container it's currently in. For those of you who don't know, that red container on A has an APC inside it. And this is a pistol round. Yeah, so there's an APC inside there. There's a tarp hanging on the, if you went up short, or highway, as you call it in North America, you'll see the tarp covers it, but you can see that there's an APC in there. So now the APC is exposed.
Ooh,
that's a nice shot from Neo.
Drive-by.
Now it's down to Prims 1 versus 3. Gets a 2v1. Jewel doesn't win it. So we can see in there, APC.
There you go.
Boom.
As it's taking up precious CPU processing power right there.
Yeah, so, well, yeah, I'm curious to see what the new one looks like, if it'll be adopted by Valve immediately. I still remember when the new Mirage came out in North America, they were playing old Mirage for the longest time in your leagues and things like that. You were still in old Mirage for ages. So when the international lands weren't so common, it would have to pretty much be an auto ban for the North American teams.
Wasn't Mirage called CPL Strike way back in the day?
I believe so, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that. That's been around for a long, long time.
The old one, the FPS was insane on that map.
Little fun fact about this map, I was actually helping Volcano very little bit when he was making this map way back in the day. Like, I think it was for Source. He made this for Source at first. And I was actually, I mean, I didn't like help him every day, but for a couple times I'd hop in a server, help him test out like flashes or smokes and stuff like that, like way back in the day. So
that's cool.
This map has a little history with me.
Virtus.pro with a hold of the mid position early, not quite challenged by Fnatic, who are on 5 AK-47s for round number 3. Snatchy on the AWP very early, of course. Priority for him. He's over towards the B bomb site for the time being, the one AWP on the server for now. And a slow start for Fnatic. Interestingly, when the vents were updated to the new vents, it gave weird angles for the T's to see it to CT if they were standing in the corner zone, but enough about that later. Pasha, all the vents are broken, and he will be broken in the vent as well. We've got JW creeping towards Forklift. Very cheeky from him. Hiding in plain sight, almost punished by Snatchy. Now, of course, VP know that there's no one in mid for Virtus.pro, so Fnatic could be even picking up Highway, for example. That will compromise the positions of Virtus.pro on the A bomb site. And now the bomb starts to move towards B, a simple split of the B bomb site, perhaps, as they've got players by the vent already. And indeed, VP getting aggressive now and rotating towards B, but can they get there fast enough? They've got 2 players on the site. Snatchy still here, looking in the at the first angle. Molotov's coming in. He's not on fire just yet. That's really awkward for him. Some correction from Neo. He gets 2 frags out of this, almost a third. And now Morels is alone, 1 versus 2. He's got his first kill with Existo, and Exist is half health, so that's really awkward. Moving into CT spawn. Maybe thought he was in headshot, and now there's an awkward situation. The fast fire rate, though, the 180 from Morels with the SMG. Upgrades all the way to the AWP.
What the hell did Exist do? He was just, he like ran away with his teammates in the site. He's like, okay, you're on your own, see you later. Left him to die.
I guess I can only imagine maybe he thought, well, I mean, he had an interesting angle for a 2v1, but if the person on the site has to pick if he peeks to the left or if he peeks to the right, and if he is in the wrong position depending on what's going on, then it's going to take him too long to trade the frag quickly.
Yeah.
And here we go. The bomb plant, though, will allow Fnatic to have another buy. They've got the 5 AKs next to no utility whatsoever. Easy shot from Snatchy. Headshot, of course. Why not? 448 or 446 damage. From that, very, very nice. An off angle from Morels, and it is 2 unanswered frags now. Very good start to the CT half for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, they already have the double op set up this early in the game. Usually kind of risky this early because of the, how much money, how expensive it is. But you're up 3-0. You're up 2 kills, and Neo pushing out B just like that. Just like we've kind of seen this a lot with VP, where they're pushing other sides of the map, even when they have the man advantage.
It should be a 5 versus 2, by the way. Snatchy was very delayed in his shot from white box from the player who was peeking mid. I can only assume he was looking at the radar or something, because I think 19 times out of 20 he gets a kill there. Now, Neo has seen the bomb outside of main. He's just waiting for somebody to come and collect it. I love this angle that he's playing, by the way. I think it's so cool. If you can get here as a CT, whether you're saving or otherwise. Crim's probably heard that shot, but yeah, this is collapsing. Morels now getting cheeky. Stereo frags for Fnatic. This isn't over just yet. We have seen some recoveries from them. Neo is still in the same position, though. JW has an inkling as to where he might be, escaping around the corner. And now there's there's no one on the A bomb site, but one player's backing off towards the car position. That's really awkward for Snatchy. How is this turned around? 5 versus 3 to 2 versus 2. Exists with an off angle around the E box, and this it's like a dying star. Everybody falling into the black hole for Virtus.pro. Mihu now, he knows one player was near E box, can't find the spray.
Wow, Exist.
How on earth has that happened? Exists with another 4K round.
Another 4K round. VP was up 2 kills. Neo was pushed out of B in the T spawn area, and somehow VP still lost the round. It's like, at that point, what do you peek at? You literally can bait each other and go 1 for 1 every single time, and you get stacked in the A bomb site. You know they're going there.
Yeah, Morel's walking into main. I mean, a flashbang would have helped. Obviously, we know a person's there. I think they probably read that nobody was there, but in a 5 versus 3, I think it was. Then it was a 5 versus 2. I don't know.
5 versus 3, or I don't know. Actually, maybe it was a 5 versus 2 at one point.
Yeah. But you asked questions about the risk taken considering the position they were in. Now, that has decimated everything for VP. It was looking so good for them, and now they have nothing.
I like that. Smart play by JW.
Yeah, that's really awesome. As one of the finest minds in the game, I also do that on occasion. limit the risk. The advantage is anything that your opponent can exploit. One player making his way. Ooh, that was
Thought he had that one
shot
through
from
the wall.
Crims, yeah. So it's naturally left to the USP. We'll get something out of it. But yeah, this is not a situation VP should be in. However, we cannot dwell. We must accept it is what it is and move on. Opportunity knocks for Fnatic. Virtus.pro will take a timeout. Not a fantastic round for them. They're buying with 3 players on less than $4,000.
So this is definitely a risk. VP's playing very risky play, and as you mentioned, that 3 of them had under 3,000 or under 3,500, and immediately Snatchy bought AWP as soon as the round started. But and then they call a timeout after that. So, in my opinion, it's early in the game. Maybe you don't have to risk it. Maybe get pistols so everyone can get utility. Because on a map like this, you need you really need Molotovs because, you know, to hold the mid. If you have to retake like A or B, you definitely need something to flush out all these little spots that the T's can hide in the post plant setup. And so there's 0 Molotov, there's 0 incendiaries on the VP team. So they're going to have to probably play a pit game. Get the kills early, don't let them plant and drag out the round.
3-2. Double AWPs. GW's spam with an AWP of his own. They got a fair amount out of this Virtus.pro, all things considered. So far, so good. Pasha repositioning now, spots the hands, choosing to deploy the HE.
Only 11 damage.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
And right next to his feet.
Ooh, they're boosting over the smoke in main. This is awesome. There's almost always a gap in the top left corner. So sometimes you would see like Kenny boost on the lockers to look over there. So you can spot a player who's towards quad. Lovely flashbang. Morales again with the MP9. Continues to be a nuisance. And now here we are once more. 5 versus 3 situation. More flashes. He spots ahead of Broland. Can't quite hit the mark. Hasn't seen much more. Twist is one of the bomb. Crims getting the kill there. So I don't know if they'll read that there's 2 players or 1 in that spot. Morales looking for something. 37 seconds. Almost everybody here. Snatchy in a forward position on B. So they know it's going to be an A play. Neo smoked off by the forklift, 29 seconds. Molotovs will force him from his position. Does he go through the smoke? Pasha instantly traded. Neo surely going through the smoke now, starting to creep. Snatchy on a very long rotation, bomb planted. Oh god, this is so awkward for Neo. Elevated his position, up he goes. Can't get a kill. And now Snatchy's in 1 versus 2. It's fallen apart again from a 5 versus 3 situation. The door of opportunity is open. Both these players are low. God, there's so many angles to be held. He's out. There's the first one. Oh, he's got both of them. Both headshots. Snatchy with 7 HP. What a god.
I've been watching this guy really, you know, Keenan. His aim is ridiculous. Like he's just so good with his shots. And again, VP almost throwing away a round. They had the man advantage, and they keep pushing. They keep pushing when they have man advantages, and a lot of time is biting them now. Like teams are kind of catching on to it a little bit, and it's just those shots. Oof. So good. But again, VP, if there's something to take from these past matches, stop pushing when you're up 5-on-3. You don't need to yet. You know, do it sometimes. I'm not saying don't do it. Do it sometimes.
That was crazy. Worrying for any VP fans watching. So early on in this game as well, so much drama. Snatchy with a nice flick, and he's out of there.
There we go. Get a kill, you fall back. Make the T's come to you.
Smoking off the B position for now. Mid is with Fnatic. Hasn't been a massive problem for Virtus.pro.
I love this boost so much.
Yeah, they've missed Broland jump off the, or fall off the boost, if you will. So now when Mihu falls back, maybe Broland will hear that. Yeah, I think he did. So if they read that 2 players were in that position, what is the makeup of the rest of the map? What read will Fnatic make? Boost of their own on white box to have an off angle looking up top. Broland covering the angle from Z. And Pasha gets taken out looking for info and SGW again. Mihu out in the open, exposed. And now what? Do we have a rotation? Morales is by the forklift. There's an important kill from him. They haven't seen the bomb though. 3 versus 3. Morel's on his own. Doesn't know what is in the main position. Again, Neo is flanking. Snatchy moving towards the Z position. And Crims is moving into the smoke there. So we've got an important duel. And Snatchy may start to look towards the car position. But, oh, he's missed his shot. Oh, maybe. Oh, I think he tagged him, actually. And he was finished off by Neo. Now there are 13 seconds. 2 versus 2 as one gets planted for main. We've got 2 AWPs now. Snatchy had the angle. Brolan had a superior one from the forklift position. Neo going for a rifle, trying to pick something up. He's got an AK, he's got a defuse kit. He knows roughly where the players were. You can see now Brolan has elevated his position. Hasn't been spotted by Neo just yet. Jumping up now, double peek from Fnatic. And there is round 3 in the bag.
Ouch. VP had another man advantage that round and still somehow lost it. I was looking at some stats in HLTV, and teams that get the first kill usually win the round by like 75 or 80% of the time. Varies, on the team to team. VP, in these last couple of days, I haven't seen so many teams have the advantage and just throw it away so often. So VP just kind of set on the brakes. They got to save this round. JW with a nice pick off Snatchy, trying to get information in that B push. Forces Pacha to kind of fall back through the vent, but JW's got right on it, shoots him in the bum.
Nice.
More Brawlin getting kill on Morels there at the A site, and the last 2 people from VP are in the B bomb site with only deagles, very low money, hopes and dreams. Can they fulfill those?
A prayer. Laboured kill from Neo. Just a question of damage, really. Pushing for the headshot, some spam. And there we go, the score is tied 4-4, but the money's not tied, that's for sure. Oops, I just broke something. Oh, my little painting thing is stuck under my chair.
Little happy blue.
Yeah, happy clouds. 3 HE grenades for VP. Fnatic in a driving seat for the time being. But again, if VP can continue to get these 5 versus 3 situations, and you'll expect they'll eventually start converting more of them.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're getting it, that's a good sign. Now they just have to take that next step of eliminating those mistakes at this high level. Like, yeah, I mean, VP are in Mountain Dew League, the other league or whatever, so they're probably playing a little worse teams than the high levels like Fnatic, Strellis, and all that.
Yeah. They're still getting the invites, though, to certain tournaments.
Yeah, they,
so they're getting the LAN exposure.
which is nice. It's always nice getting invited for tournaments.
Yeah.
Not much pressure in terms of qualifying.
I know Vitality are looking for invites at the moment. See if they end up in the leagues next year. I don't know if they're in ESL's league.
I think they deserve an invite, or at least, kind of bumped up to the maybe not the very highest. I don't know. I think they're pretty good.
I think they've been playing some qualifiers. I think on paper they're pretty good, but I don't think the results have necessarily shown that just yet. So that remains to be seen. Neo trying to hold on to his AWP. Both players in mid. He does not realize this, however. Bomb planted on A.
It's a nice little save round by VP. They might get an AWP out of it, which would be pretty big.
Reminds me of, I think Fifth Flaren once got an ace saving an AWP on Dust 2.
That just boosts their confidence up a little bit.
Get that in the highlight reel.
4-5 VP. They started the momentum early in the CT half, and then it kind of brought it back. Is this map still considered heavy T-sided, or is it
I think
kind
so.
of been swerving a little bit to half and half as people are still figuring out different play styles?
Yeah, we keep seeing lopsided halves, especially in online Counter-Strike. But I would say so. Very interesting setup. So here, the event is unbroken now. Morels was deep in the corner. The T's would see him before he would see them, but he is a little further back. Great play from Snatchy. Firm control of the bomb as well. There's no Molotov. There's nothing to force him from his position. And they're still a crossfire with another player in the vent. So this is a very sticky situation for Fnatic. Grenades over the top. JW, does he go for the shotgun? Oh, he does. Of course he does. Smart stuff.
And
again, they've fought back. They've almost got the bomb. There's Mihu, though, to shut that down. JW now 1 versus 2. Has no idea where the second player is. Oh, he took a moment, and now his position is compromised yet further. Ooh, the molly. Master stroke. Run. Oh, oh. Oh, what?
No, Pasha.
Did he even mean to go there? I felt like he wanted to go into B.
He might have messed up, but fortune his favors.
What is this? What is this round? What is this round? Hiding in plain sight, JW, going for the flick. Mihu's still there. Got 2 flashes, but you don't want to pull a grenade out in this situation. Missing the flick, JW. This would be a ridiculous clutch. Going for the no-scope, I think, but Mihu will get there eventually. But how is this happening? It's like they're in such strong situations, but Fnatic are just forcing the issue. They're opening the can again and again and again.
Keep peeking. You know, in my idea, if you're in this kind of situations, wait till they plant the bomb. Yes, they might get the bomb down, but in those kind of situations, when they're planting the bomb, you know that someone's in the bomb site. So in like a 2 versus 2 situations, one guy's planning, you just have to search and get the other kill really fast before the other guy stops planning. Stuff like that is very important, and it seems to be a little absent for VP. Like, they don't have that mentality going on. And look at that nade. Ooh, that's a very sexy nade.
5 to 5. So much has happened in these 10 rounds. Hot flash from Broland to force any would-be snipers off their angles. And Morel's on the side though. Pasha deploying the grenades again. Morel's going to go for it once more, but Crims is ready for it. He was expectant.
Not twice, baby. Can't do that twice to him.
He is adjusted. He is learning. Neo left on the B bomb site. Everybody else focusing on A. Will they creep into Pasha's angle? Will there be a smoke? There will be a smoke. He will cross over. Mihu by the forklift. Absolutely wrecked, as is everybody else on the A bomb site. Looks like the reset is here for Virtus.pro. Just the 1 round. Again, beyond the pistol, they haven't had the consecutive rounds, so they're going to be in the bin. They're going to be in the bin.
Yeah. I mean, if they haven't lost those 2 ridiculous rounds, they would have had a lot more CT side, a lot more momentum, a lot more money. Just like one big mistake at this high level, you're going to get destroyed and punished. Neil's going to try to save this gun in the sunroom. But Crims, he's too smart. He smells his aftershave. It's really strong in that area.
Pungent cologne. Well then, this is a huge round for Virtus.pro. Winning by wipeout. Sorry, huge round for Fnatic, because I mean, we could see like a 9-6 half, maybe even better than that for Fnatic now. Considering the comeback they had to try and attempt, being 3-12 down in the last game.
Yeah.
This is a much better situation for them. Brian and Twist clearing out the mid position. This may be a brief round. P250 and a P2000 for Fnatic. There's a group of players on Steam called Fnatic. So when you go on the Swedish deathmatch servers,
yeah,
Brutal CS in Europe, see some people called Fnatic instead of Fnatic.
Are they trying to like sneak in a sponsorship? Hey, yeah, we're Team Fnatic.
Maybe.
Look at our yellow logo.
There's at least 2 teams in America named after me, which is kind of cool. I think one is defunct, but one is a newer one.
What's it called?
I think they messaged me on Instagram. I don't know if it's like Team Bardolph or something, but...
How do you feel about that? You have like a little army of people.
I think it's pretty cool.
You know, when the apocalypse hits, you know, our world, it's all going to be down to who has the most people behind their back. That's why we're getting all those Instagram followers and all that. So 2 AK saved for VP on their save round. This is actually pretty big.
Not too shabby at all.
I'm pretty good at that part on that. No, interesting. They have like so they have 2 rifles. I think it's gonna prompt them to buy because obviously, you know, they're kind of in a weird situation with money. But the 2 rifles enabled them to kind of just like, okay, guys, let's buy. Might as well.
And off they go. JW on the sign, looking for any pushes from B. And there've been so many pushes, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
He is one of the top fraggers for his team. Well, he's middling fragger actually. Everyone is delivering, so it's not
Last map
too taxing
yeah.
on him to be in that position. I think it's Brightland trying to avoid a flashbang there, but Mihi will spot him, although Exist will trade. He's been backing out of his mind today. And there's a second kill for Virtus.pro on the A bomb site now. JW probably can't stand and watch B for too much longer. However, I do wonder if Snatchy will get curious. Moving around in vents at the moment. You can see him on the X-ray there.
Now JW starts to move. He's just waiting because he knows VP's been pushing. Even if they have man advantage, they keep pushing. You know, getting that twist under the boost. Easy kill.
Cheeky boost. 4 versus 2.
Just reverse boost in 4 versus 2. Let's go. Not too bad, actually.
Snatchy gets the sound cues. Easy frag for him. Last player spotted and swatted. And it seems those 2 AKs really helped. Whether they got the kills or not, they encouraged the buy, obviously, in a dire situation. I think it would have been eco otherwise.
Yeah, I think it'd be like a pistol, maybe nade, maybe a pistol armor if you have lots of money. But yeah, those 2 AKs really pulled through that round. And VP getting 1 more on the CT side. And now Fnatic's kind of low on money on their side, so this is a must-win round for them. Oh, with that Molotov.
Oh dear.
He did not realize that. Yeesh. JW starting with 30 HP. Crimzo sneaks out the middle, takes Pasha out of the white box. To make Fnatic a little more aggressive, at least towards his middle. Crimzo gonna get caught out with his nade. No, he doesn't. Nishu down and out.
2 rounds remain in this half. 4 versus 3 for Fnatic. Quick molly towards forklift. Very important position to clear out. JW moving in now quietly. Morels, will he see him in time? Just about. Through the smoke, 1 player goes. Morels now down to 11 bullets, sorry. 180 from Neo. And the score is tied. I really felt like, well, I think Fnatic were in a strong position to pull away from Virtus.pro late in this half, but that has not been the case.
Yeah, I think they went a little too fast there by jumping through the smoke. I think they want to try to capitalize on the kills and maybe risk it, but like I have a phobia of always jumping through smokes. It's just most of the time does not go well for me. And you saw that round did not go well for Fnatic. But Fnatic still going to try to take over this middle with the smoke on the Molotov. Pasha getting shot at from left and right. Oh, he gets chunked down to 25 HP with an aid.
He just about escaping the corner. Gets information that the T's are in very aggressive positions in mid. 2 AKs and a bunch of pistols, pots and pans, and once again Neo with that forward smoke will be in the sunroom. I think it would be too telegraphed. The corner where Twist is aiming, I think, is the best position for a CT to be in. But it's such a deep peak that Neo's mixing it up, so he may have an advantage here if Twist tries to clear this. Now, again, if you're in that corner, you can see all the way through to the vents. So if people try to cross the vents into the site, you've got angles on that as well. But they're lining up for him. Crims tries to save his body. JW will trade, though. So much info for Virtus.pro. How many guns can be collected? Just pistols on the remaining players. Surely 1 rifle will be collected by JW. Indeed it will. Some good smokes down, which allowed CT to actually go for the retake. But Snatchy up here with AWP, not really the best tool for the job. Pistol versus pistol, making his way into the smoke now, but the bomb is rotating towards the A site. Roland entertaining all the CTs in fact. He gets a kill which forces him to commit even further. Roland is winning this round. How long will it take them to realize that the bomb is on a different site? Finally, he is dispatched of, and they're still pushing B. I think only now they've realized, oh, there's no beep, it's on the A bomb site. They both have kits. JW could be anywhere. He's planted a bomb for himself in main. Again, he's got an angle for the cross, but he's playing an off angle for the time being. There's a smoke. Do they send it towards main? That would be a masterstroke from them. They're going to smoke the bomb instead, which I think is the worst of the two options. But TW doesn't quite know where the bomb's been planted. Morels will peek, and that will be an 8th round for Virtus.pro. I really feel like the score should be something like a 9-6 to Fnatic, but it's VP who lead at half-time.
Yeah, VP. I mean, they at start was well. They were a little too aggressive, and I mean, they kind of pulled out in those last 3 rounds, getting all 3 of them. And Fnatic kind of maybe rushing a little too quickly after they got those kills. You know, after a couple times where they get like a kill in A or Squeaky Door or whatever, or in Catwalk, they would just like rush in the bomb site, and then there'd be Neo and Michu or someone just right there to clean up. But right now, there is no, or Morels. I don't know if he had a smoke and he already used it because he only has 1 flash.
He dropped 2 P250s.
2?
Yeah, Neo and Pasha are P250s.
I see that now as you point that out.
Yeah,
and
man.
That's,
I love
that's
it.
interesting.
See?
I like that idea.
They're ahead of the game.
I'm going
Get
to
the
use
P250s out.
But then again, on a map like this, you have no smoke to take the bomb site. So they're going to have to try to outshoot these guys.
Well, we've got the numbers game going on. Twist spotted in the quad position. And they've closed distance with the... Oh, no, the P250 from Neo, actually. JW by the sandbags. Won't last very long. Exists fighting with Snatchy. 4 versus 2. Familiar story. Nice one tap from Brolan. One of the star players of Fnatic now. Very young talent indeed. I think he's 17 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Like 16 or 17, he's really young.
2 versus 3. We've got a smoke going towards the bomb itself. There is a kit on Crims, but now Crims is alone. Surely he can't absorb bullets from 3 players at the same time. Looking for trade fraggers, but there are too many man. And that's round number 9 for Virtus.pro.
Nice pistol strat. I like it. And now Fnatic. Against the wall here, they're going to have to full save. But luckily for them, the new money system allows them to buy in the next round. 2 MAC-10s coming out from Virtus.pro. Snatchy and Morels. VP though, looks like they're gonna go into like a default-ish. But look at this push by Fnatic. Just a bunch of bees coming in through the same main. Morels clean up with that MAC-10, Mac Daddy.
Money, money, money. Exist and Twist. And now just Twist with the P250. Although 2 of these plays are quite tagged, so, well, it was winnable until he died. It's no longer winnable because he's dead. 10-7. Still plenty of Counter-Strike to be played in this game. Let's see what kind of buy Fnatic are able to pull out of the bag. Again, just like the previous map, it is the 5 M4A4s and limited grenades. There is 1 Molotov at the very least, and 4 players going towards the A bomb site. Are they going for a squeaky push, a main push? There's a pop flash for the main area. But Virtus.pro is starting off at the back of it. Who's going to win the duels? It's going to be the CT for the time being, but Snatchy will trade and do one better. 3 versus 2 with 1 minute 36 on the clock. This is unheard of. Pasha trying to figure out where the remaining players are. Surely not expecting a 4th player on the A bomb site, but here he is, Exist. Now the last man standing. He's got the bomb though. He's got a 1 versus 1. He's got 2 1 versus 1. Which one will he take? Morel standing in the smoke for the time being. Now if Pasha engages first, he won't actually. Pasha's miles away, and Morels has made the right play.
Such a risky play by Morels, but it pays off. And I like the move by Fnatic. They didn't have much utility, so what was the idea behind all that? Get map control. Let's take A main. If we get control of that, it'll be easier to hold a bomb site, obviously, but it's harder for them to retake that A bomb site if they didn't have any smokes or Molotovs. So you have to do something. You have to take something. Fortunately, Virtus.pro was on top of the ball, and Snatch just cleaned up in that A main.
Back on the pistols again.
They must love pistols.
I love a P250.
I'm a big fan of P250. It's my go-to guns and pistols. It's so nice sometimes.
Where are the players? That is the question. No molly. Brolan again with 2 frags with the CZ. He is dangerous, but again, those weapons cannot be collected. Oh, the timing is really awkward for the T's. What is happening to Virtus.pro? The 2 versus 4. Exists picked up an AK. And how many 4K rounds have we seen from him already? Pre-firing Morels. Morels will pre-fire him, but there'll be a trade from Twist, and now Neo's in a 1 versus 1. He's got the bomb. He's suggesting that he's running away. Crims will pick up a weapon now, and indeed he is running away. I respect the spray from Crims. 16 HP. Neo's not having any of that. Look at all those X's around the B bomb site. Crims staying on B just in case he's being faked out by Neo. It is going to be a hell of a long rotation. 1v1 with 16 HP. Not much to lose. It would be a huge round to win. And Neo is going for longest rotation, Europe, or maybe not. No kit, of course. You cannot expect a kit to be in this round, so Neo's got time to play with. A weird plant. Nice pre-fire. Neo, a non-believer, has a quick look. He really has done a very, very good job there. Oh, down to 14 HP. I don't think he would have had time to win the round, though.
No, he wouldn't have time to plant or to defuse the bomb. And just like that, Fnatic can bring out the double op setup. They have the lost money bonus in their favor, so it's not too risky if they lose this round. Full utility. They do have a kit, thankfully. Would have been flipping switches if they still didn't get a kit. And this time, VP's going to switch it up by putting Pasha on the opposite of Snatchy. Pasha 5 and 17. Maybe they need something to kind of jumpstart him in this game.
He had 3 kills for the longest time. I don't think... Oh, I forgot his score in the last map as well, but sometimes you have on days, sometimes you have off days. Molotov won't stop Brolan from advancing his position. A taste of your own medicine versus Pro, as Neo did this time and time and time again. Smokes down for both teams towards the A site, where Virtus.pro may feel compelled to go. Twist still with angles in mid. They haven't given that one up. Don't know if Pasha's been boosted up. No. 1 minute on the clock. So much information, so many players for both sides towards the A site. Molotov down on forklift, exist, forced forward, taken out by Mihu. Still smokes down on the quad position. JW towards forklift. How do they cross Virtus.pro? Trying to go through with a flash, but Crims is able to avoid it by mostly facing the wall. Virtus.pro stuck in the choke point. Still a man advantage for Fnatic, and it continues with these trades and gets even worse. Neo alone versus 3. 2 players close to the site. 3rd player rotating. Whoops.
Peekaboo.
May just like get the bomb down. Got a 1 versus 1. We've got a player standing on the car. No more kills though for Virtus.pro. It will be round number 8 for Fnatic.
3rd time is the charm on the repeat, and great job on Fnatic by pushing that B. Like, we can do that too. And force VP to take this A bomb site to pretty much a stack of Fnatic. They had 3 people towards A, 1 guy Z. Make it quick work. And now Virtus.pro kind of low on money here. So we see a Tech 9 coming out, Mac Daddy, and a couple AKs. Well, they do all have smoke, so that's a nice little highway smoke. I think there's easier ones than that, but let's be fancy, why not?
Holy crap. I have never seen that one before, but it is Virtus.pro after all. Always bringing out the funky smokes, even with the new players. Again, it's so precise not to have a gap through that smoke. If you're slightly wrong, there's a gap by the barrel side, which CTs can look through. See the yellow barrels up there. Full of smoke. And easy frag for Exist. Up top is Mihu, who will trade, but JW will trade straight back, and that might be untradeable because he's behind the smokes. But Virtus.pro have mid. They have a man disadvantage. They have a minute on the clock. They've got 2 flashes and a smoke, and they're all together in mid. Moving up the highway position with no person lurking in A is a pain in the bum. A potential crossfire, but JW is going through to Z at present. If he went back towards the car, that would be horrible. Nice frag from him. Maybe an indicator as to what might be going on, but Fnatic do not know the status of a main. Crims is going to have a look, and there may be a quick rotation towards the B bomb site where Brolan is alone. Trusty hands, he's got an AK as well. We've seen him get multi-frags with a CZ, so that's not a good situation for him. For Virtus.pro rather. Gets even worse. JW continuing to peak the mid position. Snatch will go down for free. 4 players surviving for Fnatic, including 2 AWPs, and they're only 3 rounds away now from tying the score. Virtus.pro's money's been broken.
Save the monies. Stop buying Yeezys. Save the money. Buy Skechers. They're literally $30. They do the same thing. Virtus.pro though, I'm going to send 4 people towards Squeaky Door. Like this is going to try to probably explode in this A bomb site. There's only 1 person in A, so if they hurry up, they might be able to get this. Bomb plant is the goal. Exist taking out Snatchy and 3 other people. Just like that, Exist being a mad fragger today. Fnatic cleans it up, easy cheesy.
Nice.
Lemon squeezy.
Well then, looks like this one is going all the rounds. 2 rounds away though, still are Fnatic, only now finding success on their CT side. Again, the Fnatic, I think Virtus.pro won both pistols in this one. Yeah. I do believe indeed they did.
They did. I think, well, what are they, 3 for 4 today?
Maybe.
Wait, maybe they lost both pistols last map, I think.
I don't know, but they have a man advantage in this round. They've put the best foot forward winning both these pistols, but it is time for them to convert. Another short smoke. Previously, the CT's had a man ahead of it, now they're behind it. Is he really going to go for this? I do not recommend such play. But I think he's going more for a peek. An information peek than a frag peek.
And look at this gamble by Fnatic, I like it. Just try and give up A, hopefully get lucky. And the read is right, because VP is going to be taking this B bomb site here.
Brolan with a lot to do. Pasha not considering a second player on the site. Another 1v1 for Brolan, but I think it took some pre-fires to the face. 2 players remain, just a HE, and that might get him a kill, but Morales is in such a weird angle that, yeah, never going to see that one coming. And Twist will have to hold on to the AWP. There is money for Fnatic, but no need to give up extra to the likes of Virtus.pro. That's round number 13 in the bag. Back to winning ways for the Polish squad.
Polska, but Morale's going to sneak up, and Twist is not going to say the op. I mean, you would like to, but yeah.
Have you ever had Polish food?
My mom's Polish. She's from Poland.
Really?
Yep. I have
Polish and from Poland?
Yep. Guamkis.
Pierogies.
I love guamkis.
Yeah.
I love guamkis.
I had that. I had those recently in a Polish restaurant in
How'd you like it?
It was cool.
It's so good.
It's pretty good.
It's like simple, and it just, it tastes good. It's like
Polish cheesecake is amazing.
You know what? I don't think I've ever had Polish cheesecake.
I had the year before last, I had a Polish Christmas with a bunch of Polskis, and Polish cheesecake was absolutely divine. Cabbage and cheese pierogi is outstanding.
Yeah, there's a lot of good pierogies. I'm not a big fan of just like potatoes and cheese and whatnot, but
well, we've got to focus on the round now. JW is being picked off. There's that quad smoke again from the CT to try and stop Virtus.pro from pushing, but they've pushed anyway. Wall of smoke towards the car position. And a 5 versus 3. Is this safe territory for Fnatic? I believe it is, because they're pretty much on the B bomb site in a 3 versus 5 situation. So it seems that Virtus.pro will be moving to round number 14. Pasha will be picked off. I always say Dzień dobry to the VP guys when I see them.
Dzień dobry.
Oh dear, they're losing a lot, Fnatic. And the money's not there. Austerity measures will need to be enacted. God, it's going to be a desperate eco, isn't it? If they can't hold on to this AWP. Maybe they force around it.
Yeah,
if they can.
For sure. I know Splush Voda means flush the toilet.
Flush the toilet?
Yeah.
Damn.
Splush Voda.
Splush Voda.
But now look at Fnatic. They're going to have to call timeout to figure out what they're going to do. They have one AWP, bunch of people at $2,000. Looks like they want to force buy, obviously. No, they got one round to work with here before Virtus.pro is on match point. VP, though, looking pretty good on their T side as well. It's working together, really not giving up too many crazy situations like their CT side. I mean, imagine if VP converted on all those CT rounds. This would be almost like a 16-6 game. VP definitely looked like the better team of the day. But it's not over yet. There's still a chance. There's always hope. You have to have hope, James. You have to believe. Do you believe in Fnatic?
I don't believe in much. I'll be honest with you. I believe in knife kills. JW believes in pushing Squeaky Door with the AWP. 2 French guns. One will be popping off towards the chokers, but not for long. A wall bang from Snatchy leaves it 4 versus 4. Twist with just a P250 with which to defend the B bomb site. And oh god, this is not a good situation, is it? Do Fnatic commit everything to this push? He rings the bell of one player. But, I mean, they've got retake smokes at the very least. Oh, he looks for him, learning from previous situation. And they've got a man advantage somehow. Not the first time we've seen this. Quickly evened up, but 2 versus 2. The bomb not planted just yet. The bomb is on the B bomb site, however. And so is a HG coming in, but doesn't quite hit the mark. Maybe doing some damage. Snatchy, oh, he can't hold the headshot position now because he's been smoked off, which forces Miku forward. And the tracers reveal his position, and now Snatchy's in a very awkward position. JW jumping through, and Snatchy falls back into the smoke, falling all the way out. Exist hasn't fired a shot yet, but I think he knows where Snatchy is. Hello, goodbye. And there is match point for Virtus.pro. Fnatic put up a good fight.
It's such a wild pick from Snatchy in that situation. Because Exist could have been in the bomb site. He could have been... It's so crazy to wide swing like that and look towards under tarp.
He's an animal, a 4K from Snatchy. Quick correction. And they're in a very good position now. Fnatic, though, they've put up such a good fight in so many less than ideal situations. Not sure if Snatchy saw much of anything there. Some more bang attempts. Gonna have to fall back in case somebody pushes through the smoke. Broland close to the smoke with an MP9. Smoke's down in main. 2 plays in main for the T side, and Fnatic have to take it to their opponent, considering their situation. You know, considering a Molotov. Is he aiming for the back of the boost itself? It is on the low ground, it seems, so Exist will be able to hide there. He assumes it's clear, and down he goes. That's the bomb as well. There is a player in T warehouse. That's Snatchy. Now he will know there was a booster, but what position is he in? Position unknown for the time being. There he is, finally. And now someone's got to go back. It's just Snatchy with the AWP versus Exist who picked up an AK. And this has just taken too long. There hasn't been enough reaction from Virtus.pro. Knowing that Exist is on the boost, but Snatchy, of course, will finish it off with the P250. Why not? 16-10. 2 Ws for Virtus.pro.
Coming back. They're clawing their way back up the rankings of ECS, and Fnatic, though, going down instead.
Yeah, Virtus.pro at base camp now, but can they continue to climb up the mountain? We'll have to find out on some other days as their matches are done for today. It's nice to see Virtus.pro winning. It sucks to see Fnatic losing, but someone has to be the winner, someone has to be the loser. I think both teams have some potential, but I mean, it's been so long since we've seen really any success from Virtus.pro that to see 2 wins in a row as well, I think is good. And to see, I think 4 games at least where they had such massive leads, and now they're starting to convert them after some difficult losses yesterday.
Yes.
It's positive.
Yeah, it's very positive. I'm pretty excited to see what else that they're going to bring to the table, especially on LAN. That's it's all about the LAN play, so good job on VP and also towards Fnatic. You know, you got a new lineup. Just work with it more. Don't give up too easily. Have some faith.
Morels with 30 kills and 0 assists. Clinical finishing of his opponents. Pasha finishes with 6 kills. So maybe the score would have been even more dominant if he had turned up more today. So I mean, great work by Virtus.pro. I think it's a fairly even share from Fnatic, but indeed it is Virtus.pro taking the W 16-10. We've got Ninjas in Pajamas versus FaZe coming your way next. It's going to start on Train. It's going to finish on Inferno. That's coming up after the break. We will see you back here in just a few minutes.